Hello everyone, I'm Tanvi from India. In this video, we will learn about LaTeX and how we can use LaTeX for the research paper writing. And there are some conferences and there are some journals who are considering the paper to be published, to be submitted in the form of LaTeX, and that publication is considered as a reputed and a good publication that has been written in LaTeX. So LaTeX is designed by Donald Knuth in 1978, and it is a document preparation system for high quality typesetting, and it is often used for the technical or scientific documents, and it can be used for almost any form of publishing letter, reports, textbook, etc. So LaTeX lets the author get with writing documents without being bothered about document design, and LaTeX is not a word processor. Instead, LaTeX encourages authors not to worry too much about the appearance of the documents but to concentrate on the getting the right content only. So you don't have to worry about the formatting part, just you have to focus on your right content. So it's a plain text file with a .tex file extension. It can be typed in a simple text editor such as Notepad, but most people find it easier to use a dedicated LaTeX editor. And when the document is finished, you can compile it. This means converting it into another format. And several different output formats are available, but probably the most useful one is portable document format, which is a PDF format, which appears as it will be printed and can be transferred easily between the systems. So now let us see what are the benefits of LaTeX, why there is a need to use the LaTeX. So it works on all operating systems, whether you're working on Linux, Windows or Mac OS. Easily typesets, journal articles, technical reports, books and slide presentation can be prepared using LaTeX. You can control the large documents containing sectioning, cross references, table and figures can be easily managed in LaTeX. Typesets, complex mathematical formula with ease can be used in LaTeX, and advanced typesetting available for mathematical equations. You can automatically generate the bibliographies and indexes, and it supports multilingual typesetting as well. So there are two tools that are TeXworks and MikTeX, which is used for the LaTeX, and it is a platform independent. It has an embedded PDF reader, so if you don't have Adobe PDF reader or any other, so it is having an embedded one. It supports all Indian language typesetting. So why there is a need to use MikTeX? Because it has the up-to-date implementation of TeX or LaTeX, and it has a related programs for Windows. It is required for creating basic documents in LaTeX on Windows, and TeXworks is a default editor available with MikTeX. So you have to download MikTeX and you will find TeXworks, which is a default editor by MikTeX. So this is a simple example of LaTeX document. Here you can see that you have to generate a command that is a slash document class. You have written A4 size paper you want in a 12-point font size, and the class of it, the document is article. So there are two main commands, that is slash begin document to begin the document, and there is a slash end to end the document. And if you want to write your title, then the command is slash title, and if you want to write your name, then the command is slash author. And if you want to write a date, that simply you can write a slash today with the command that is slash date. And slash make title will help you to get all these commands in place. It will call all these commands and print on your final document, and this line after which is after written in slash make title can appear as it is on your final document, that is it will appear as it is in the PDF document. So body of the text is, you start with the command that is slash begin document and end with slash end document, and with double slash, that is double backslash or slash new line can be used for a new line, and if you want to shift to new page, then the command is slash new page. And there are some quotations. If you want to write a bold, then you can simply type slash BF. For italic it's slash IT, and for underline it's slash UL. And there are some certain formats if you want to work with the different sections. If you have a number of sections in your paper, then slash section is a first section that can be written like this, and if it is having a subsection, so you just have to write slash subsection. It will automatically create 1.1 that is a subsection of this main section, and the text which you will flow here, it will be appear as it is. And if you have a subsection, then the simple command will be slash subsection, and it will appear like 1.1.1 and your text which you will written here. So to generate appendix, it's a simple command that is slash appendix, and for using in a book, chapter or report document classes, you can use a command that is slash chapter. And to write a title, author or footnote, so these are the simple commands, that is slash title, slash author and slash footnote. And this, you can say, that is a preview of how we can start document putting title. Here you can see that I have put my name, title is ABC, and we have set the margin also, and there is a slash date today, so it will print the current date. And slash begin document we have already seen, and there is a command that is slash make title, which will call all these commands into your document. And slash section, it will create a new section, and the title of that will be, this is the first section, this text will go as it is on the PDF file, and this is a subsection, and this is a subsection. So this is how you can create a section in your document. So in order to have a title, to display title and author, we have a make title. To generate table of content, it's a simple command that is slash table of contents. To generate list of tables, it's having slash list of tables. And for list of figures, you just have to write backslash list of figures. If you want to give for different font effects, then you can use this commands like text IT for italics, for slanted, for small caps, bold, teletype, sans serif words, Roman words, underlined words. So here I would like to tell you that you can see here, you can analyze that the commands are just very simple, that we are conveying to some human being that I want text IT, which means italic. To generate a table of content, it's slash table of content. So these commands are very easy, and we can remember it very easily. So if you want to use very small font sizes, then the command is slash tiny words. Whereas if you need a huge font size, then simply you can write slash huge words. So you can pause this video if you want to see more commands. So you can simply pause, which will give you the exact different commands you can use when you are writing your research paper. So now the important part is when you want to write a table, you want to create a table in your document. So the main command is slash begin table and end table. So here you can see that I have written slash begin tabular, so this is by default. And here you can see here we will give that whether the alignment of text which we will float here is left aligned or right aligned, or it's having some size, or it is a centered text. And we will see that how it will go. And if you want to split a text into the columns, and ampersand will be using. To end a row, we will write a double slash, and to draw a line under row, it will be a slash h line, that is a horizontal line. So let us see how it goes. So here you can see that I have written RCC, which means this is a right aligned, this is a center aligned, and this is a center line. So that's why it is here RCC. And to make this line, that is below 123 and 2, to create this line, we have to use the command that is slash h line. And if we want, now we want to float information, that is 123 2. So here you can see that I have used ampersand sign, and it will shift this text into the next column for me, so that 2, 15, 10 and 320 can be shifted to the respective column or respective row. And here you can see that I have used slash h line, which depicts that after every figure there is a horizontal line which we have to create in the tables. And double backslash means we have to shift in the next line. So that's why we are getting the figures in the next line. And now the question is, we have generated this line, that is a horizontal line, using the h line. But what about the vertical line? So here you can see that these vertical lines I have used, and to RCC was just for the alignment. And here you can see that I have used the 2 vertical lines, and here you can see that we have a 2 vertical lines here, and for other places we have just a 1 vertical line. So these vertical lines will create these lines, and slash h line will create a horizontal line in our tables. So for the caption, the simple command is /caption, and the data which you will put in the brackets will go as a caption of that particular figure or table. And if you want to write a labeling, so the command is /label. You can write a name of table, and in order to give a reference when you are having a paragraph, so simply you can write /ref and then name of table. It will automatically link that table with the exact figure name of your table. So captioning of table can be /caption, and cost of fruits in India is a data that I want to write as a caption of a table. And labeling can be, you can put the same in the paragraph, that is /label tab fruits, which I have used a caption of that table to link in the paragraph. So simply with the list of tables, you can write a list of table, and you have to compile twice in Miktex to generate the list of tables. And then this is the example of some complex situation, like if you have a number of, here you can see that we have a number of things which we have to write, you can see that in the table. So LCCCR, so it's a left align, and the next to is a center line, and it's a right line. So here you can see that we have used the H line to create a horizontal line, and all these content which is differentiated by ampersand will go into another column. So this is a complex, you can exactly type in your software and can compile. So here is a play button, which is a compile button, and it will give you the preview as a PDF, as a final output file. So if you want to use a figure in your research paper, so you have to use this particular use package. So the command is /use package cc licenses graphic X, and before that you have to use the begin figure and end figure in your command. So we have to write a /include graphics, and width, here you can see that it is written /line width, which will be a equal width as we have a paragraph. So in this case your image will be large, and if you want to reduce the size, making the half of the paragraph, then the command will be width is equal to 0.5 /line width, and here you can write the name of file. And /centering is to for the center placement of your figure, and you have a PDF ready file. The command is begin figure and end figure, which is very important. And using the command /list of figure, you can generate the list of figures, and angle command can be used to rotate the images. So all these commands will be helpful for you if you're going to write a paper in your LaTeX. So here you can see that I have used /begin figure, centering, include graphics, height is 3 inch, and figure0.png is the name of file which is present in my PC, which I would like to add in my paragraph. And in this way also I have written /text width. So what will be the width of my paragraph? The image will take the exact width, and this is the figure name, figure1.png, which is available in my PC. So this is all about the LaTeX. This is not only the commands that can be useful for you. You can have so many other commands in LaTeX that can be used, but I have taken the few one that is because in a research paper you will be required to add a figures, tables, and you can say that to generate list of table, to generate list of figures. So it will be helpful. And if you have multiple section, then we can have a sectioning command also, which I have discussed in this video. And so this video will act as a tips and tricks for you to use different commands, which is very important if you're going to write a paper, and if any conference or journal demand your paper to be published in LaTeX, so you can download Miktex and can follow these instructions, these commands, and you can search and you can explore more about the LaTeX, and we feel that you will have a good experience in LaTeX. So thank you so much.